up paranoid. I'll be really scared. I'll just be paranoid. That's just the way I am. You know, you see me? Scared to death.
Did Biggie at all feel that his life was in danger? He never told me, I can only speak, he never told me he felt that his life was in danger.
I think somebody's trying to kill me. I'll be waking up paranoid. I'll be really scared. I'll just be paranoid.
Yeah. Your man Harry B. So you heard Biggie Small say he was paranoid, he was scared. You know what I mean? But Puffy's talking about he never told him, he never felt no way. This is the D-Rock Exposed Part 2. Ain't gonna be no disabled comments on this one. Y'all can send the death threats like y'all did on Part 1. Y'all can tell me I'm a bitch ass nigga, whatever y'all wanna say. I don't give a fuck. Y'all on D-Rock dick. He had something to do with setting the nigga Biggie up too. Y'all don't see that he was jealous of his mans? This ugly motherfucker with a cross-eye, but he get all the baddest bitches, the freshest nigga on the block. Y'all don't think D-Rock, oh well, D-Rock, he did the 3-year sentence. Nah, that don't mean nothing. And you hear the shit from motherfucking Puff Daddy security guard's mouth, saying he never understood why Puffy left him with Biggie and took D-Rock. That was from the horse's mouth. That was Puffy's man who said that. So y'all niggas want to be like, oh, y'all, you making shit up, you reaching. Ask Gene Dill. That's his bodyguard. So it don't make no motherfucking sense. Like I said, you're not going to catch me hanging out with the nigga that killed my nigga. If you kill my nigga, like I said on Part 1 of the video, I'm going to punch the nigga in the mouth, beat his ass, kill him, whatever I got to do to represent for my nigga that died. Not hang with the nigga who allegedly or supposedly had something to do with bringing my man out to LA with no real bodyguards, no real protection. You know what I mean? So this is the D-Rock Exposed Part 2. You know what I mean? It had to be done. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. Whoever feelings is hurt, it is what it is. So at the end of the day, you don't like this video, don't watch it. You know what I mean?
The same man and his money that led this kid to his death. So I came here today to tell you about the biblical portrayal of the notorious Big. There's some things that I didn't enlighten the people of regarding the Big's death, and prior to we getting to that point. So people think that I didn't take every step.
This is Puff Daddy's bodyguard.
To do what needs to be done to save people of our crew. First and foremost, let's state, we should never have been in California 6 months after Pop died. When Anthony Wolf Jones heard this was happening, he himself told Puff, Sean Puffy Combs, Diddy, a.k.a. Brother Love, whatever you want to call him, that I'm not going to California unless we go out there right, that we have enough security. Enough security would have been him with 2 tour bus loads of guys that he wanted to bring out there to make sure that everybody get home safe. At least the stars, the entertainers. Now, I don't know a place that we ever went to. If Wolf said we're gonna leave or not be there or not go. But for some particular reason, Puff had to be in California. And nobody could have stopped him. So when I got the itinerary, like I said before, I called Kirk Burrows. I told Kirk Burrows I had spoke to Wolf also. Wolf told me he wasn't going. Kirk Burrows assured me that we was just doing studio, the Soul Train, the video, and that was it. That we wasn't hanging out to no parties, no clubs. And I said that in Raw Deal 1, 2, and 3. So, some things happen out there that you may not be aware of. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't get in depth to, but I may have pieced it together. And the reason why I call this the biblical portrayal of Biggie, because when you look into it, it was almost Christ-like. I know you're saying, yo, Gene, you out your mind, you've gone crazy. But at the end of this, you look back at it and see what I'm talking about.
I always wanted to learn how to play the guitar, but the beginning
Alright,
was
that'll go to bullshit ass commercial, but fuck all of that. We gonna skip all that bullshit.
We were shooting Hypnotize, and that's the day I spent with Big. And that's the only day I ever spent with Big alone. And somebody probably say, yo, how we know you spent that day with Big, or how we know what you're saying ain't true is a lie. Because I repeated the conversation he had with his mother. Everything that was said that to his mother, he was on his mother's phone by hours about their house, you know, that he was getting built for her out there in Pennsylvania. So I repeated everything that he was saying to her, and he just kept on saying, yes, ma, what he was going to take care, the money he was going to send, all that. I even told her about the contracts, one that I had read on the plane coming to California, that Puff gave me his briefcase, and I read the contract. I even told her about stuff that I knew that he owed other people that he was talking about. His contracts with, I think it was either Atlantic or Capital for $62 million, his groups. I told his mother everything. So, you're wondering, why was I with Big that particular day? And that always that always ran through my mind. Because Puff and I, like I said before, was going all over California. This particular time, he took D-Rock with him. Now, I said, and I never thought 2 cents about it back then, because Puff was like, yo, Gene, stay with Big. You know, I know Rock wasn't carrying no weapon, you understand? And I was the only one that came from New York out there with a weapon. Unless G-Money, I think G-Money was living out there or something like that. Unless G-Money gave them a weapon. I didn't know of any weapon they even had. So I came out there with 3 weapons myself. You know, I've named them before. Nene, Nene, and Nina. You know, sometimes I would carry 5 weapons. So this one particular day, after the Hypnotize video and everything like that, before we had shot a part and we was going to shoot later on that night, about 7 or 8 o'clock, D-Rock and Puff was gone for the whole day with those girls that was on that boat. And that was Sally Richardson, one of her stylists, and some other, they was gone.
Sally Richardson.
That was something that
was the Hypnotize
Puff never
video.
did. I never.
Y'all know the facts.
Seen
Cause
Puff
niggas be talking about I be lying. My bad, Gene Dale. Niggas be thinking I'm making shit up, or you just going off of bullshit. Nah, what did this man say? Let me rewind it for y'all.
After the Hypnotize video and everything like that, before we had shot a part and we was going to shoot later on that night, about 7 or 8 o'clock, D-Rock and Puff was gone for the whole day with those girls that was on that boat. And that was...
You heard? D-Rock and Puff. He dropped Gene Deal off with Biggie like some babysitter. And D-Rock and Puff went to go see Sally Richardson. They went to go on a boat and run a train on Sally Richardson. So D-Rock said, I'ma leave my nigga alone for some pussy. My nigga that I'm supposed to be out here protecting, my right-hand man who put me on when I got out of prison because I did a 3-year bid over a gun. But you want to go with Puff for a boat ride and some pussy.
Sally Richardson, one of her stylists.
This is who he was fucking.
Some other, they was gone.
Sally Richardson. Don't play with me. I know my shit.
Puff never did. I never...
Hold up, what'd he say?
And some other, they was gone.
It was gone.
That was something that Puff never did. I never seen Puff just chill with D-Rock like that.
Oh, really? So Puff and D-Rock never chilled a day in their life before, right? But yet he want to take him to go fuck that fine ass Sally Richardson bitch on a boat. Why he want to do that? Why was he trying to what was he trying to convince D-Rock about? Y'all gotta let me know.
Cause that whole time that we were out there, Big, like I said this before, Big and D-Rock, C's, none of them never came to none of the parties we were at.
Oh, they never came to none of the parties where niggas was at. Okay.
So, after the incident with Big and Charlie Baltimore, and I spoke about that before.
Go watch Gene Deal 1, 2, and 3 to get that Charlie Baltimore scoop.
We were in the studio one day, and this was prior to going to the Vibe party. And I was talking to D-Rock, and D-Rock was talking to me. He was expressing, how, with the Snoop situation, with how Puff keep calling them and they dodging him in the whole 9 yards. And I said, I understand. I see, man. He always saying, yo, he looking for y'all at the different places, like the House of Blues, where he at, whatever club, whatever party, when he was going just chilling, out for drinks or whatever, he looking for y'all to be there. And then I hear him barking at Big, talking about you're not using the studio time that he set up for him. You know what I'm saying? So, but I thought Big album was done.
Oh, really? So Big album was done already. So why is Puff trying to hound him to be in all these certain places at a certain time? Like, what's up with that?
Using the studio time that he set up for him. You know what I'm saying? So, but I thought Big album was done. So D-Rock, like, yeah, I know, man. We ain't fucking around out here, man. He made it very clear to me that they was not going to go to none of the parties.
Oh, really? So he wasn't going to go to none of the... D-Rock, Biggie's man that Biggie took care of. D-Rock said he ain't going to no parties, but you going to go on a boat ride to fuck Sally Richardson with Puff Daddy.
Don't your dog. You shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? It ain't safe like that. I don't know why y'all think it's sweet. We had this conversation. Me and D-Rock had this conversation. And he assured me that he wasn't going to go. And they wasn't going anywhere. Yo, we were so deep into the conversation, D-Rock lit up an L. And he started smoking it. And I grabbed it and passed him a Newport and started smoking the L too. And he looked at me. He said, yo, Gene, that's an L. I said, I don't give a fuck what it is, bruh. I'm letting you know it's like that, man. And D-Rock was like, yo, I know, man, we ain't fucking around.
D-Rock always talking about we ain't fucking around, but yet you ain't get shot, your man got shot, and you still living, hanging out with Puff Daddy till this day. You was the one who picked up the phone, called Biggie Small's mother crying. All of a sudden you crying. She say, oh, I hear this grown man crying on the phone. Yeah, nigga, what you was crying about?
And so then I gave, start smoking cigarette, we was talking. I said, yo, listen here, man, don't tell nobody I took no hit off that shit, man. I'm just letting you know. And he shook my hand, gave me his hand, and everything was told. He said, yo, man, I ain't saying nothing to dog. I said, on everything I love, he said, yo, everything I love. He even said, on everything from my man from North Carolina.
Okay. So he shook this grown man's hand, looked him in his eyes, said, I ain't gonna say you was smoking the L. I ain't gonna tell nobody. You ain't gotta worry about nothing, fam. That's word to my nigga that's dead in North Carolina.
He said, on my nigga from North Carolina. I guess he thought I knew him. I guess the dude was a junior mafia. He was a kid that Big them knew. You understand? He said it. So we goes back into the studio. Because at this time, Puff was wanted Big to put Charlie Baltimore on some music, so, they could squash out all that shit. So he was making certain kind of promises to her because of the incident they had at the Four Seasons Hotel. So I think I went up front to check the front and everything. I came back, Puff and Big, them was all in the studio and everything like that. And Big said to himself, yo, Puff, I need some more security. I need security. And Puff said, bruh, I got Gene here for you. Right there.
So Gene Deal is one nigga. That's Gene Deal in the back with the black glasses. So he supposed to protect these two niggas from a whole motherfucking state, pretty much, right? That's what Puff Daddy is pretty much telling Big. Big's like, yo, I need security, man. Real security, like a lot. These niggas is death threats every day, blowing up phones. They ain't even know how to get the number. But you gonna send one man to do this job, all right?
At the studio. And then Big, I guess he was setting it up because D-Rock had already told him that I blew an L with him.
So D-Rock put it on a dead nigga from North Carolina that he ain't gonna say nothing, but somehow he ran back immediately and told Biggie.
D-Rock told Big. He said, he must have told Big, because Big said, yo, Gene is back outside blowing L's with D-Rock.
So that just goes to show you D-Rock cannot be trusted by anybody. D-Rock, Biggie's friend, or who he thought that was his friend, that just showed you he can't be trusted by a motherfucker. He'll shake your hand, look in your eye, and fuck you over.
And I looked at this nigga D-Rock, and I was like, nah, this nigga ain't said that to Big. It hadn't been 15 minutes that this man that gave me his hand shook my hand and said, yo, he was gonna hold that to himself. And of course he didn't. Puff said, nah, I don't believe that shit. Gene ain't smoke. Gene don't smoke no weed. He said, yo, Gene, you smoking weed with D-Rock? I said, I don't know what he talking about. And then Big said, D-Rock, he asked D-Rock again, yo, D-Rock, did Gene blow an L with you? And D-Rock said, word to that man, that dude again, from North Carolina.
Y'all hear that? Word to that dead man from North Carolina. After he just swore on something else, totally different with the same nigga from North Carolina. So D-Rock is a rat. D-Rock is a snitch.
And pass and everything like that. And like that. He said, nah, Puff said, I don't believe that about Gene. I say, so my thing about it is, now I'm going to get it off the subject. I said, oh, Big, you want to talk? Because me and Big, I spent the whole day with him. Here it is. I didn't know it at the time, but I was talking to a man that thought he was going to die.
But Puff said Biggie never came to him and said he never felt in danger.
Or knew he had death coming at him. Because all the things that he was telling me about the Junior Mafia, Little Kim, you understand? All the things that he was talking about, what he was planning to do with the groups that he had, what he was planning to do in his life, it was like he was using me as some kind of vessel to vent all his hopes and his dreams.
Because he knew he could trust Puff Daddy's bodyguard because he was a stand-up man. Puff Daddy wasn't a stand-up man.
That he really didn't see. Because he knew, or he felt, he had death on him.
I think somebody's trying to kill me. I'll be waking up paranoid and I'll be really scared.
Paranoid? Little Kim. he said, yo, I love Lil' Kim. That's my bitch. From a whole nother vernacular point of view, he said, yo, no matter what, me and Lil' Kim gonna always be together because we're gonna always be close. Because I got a love for her that I don't have for nobody else. I said, yeah, I can tell because you wrote that shit, huh? He said, yeah, I wrote that shit. He said, but I could never say that to Diddy.
Biggie wrote that album.
Because he owns my
That's
market
Biggie
and my
Smalls
publishing.
ready.
I stated that before. I'm not going to go into that. Lil' Kim was like his Mary Madeline. You understand? That was his Mary Madeline. He said the Junior Mafia. He said, right now, there's only one that I'm thinking about. I know I'm going to keep, and that's Lil' C's. Everybody else going to have to work for their position. They got to do right, because this is a business now. So they got to do their own writing. They got to show that they want to be here. Because I can't be mad at the
So this enough for y'all so far about this nigga D-Rock that everybody praising and dick riding and want to be in my comments on part 1 of this video giving me death threats and all types of shit. Y'all still fuck with D-Rock? You know what I mean?
Because he said, Money L don't know that I know. So he's sliding off with Lil' Kim.
Money L was a fake nigga too.
Shit.
But we ain't worried about Money L. This
That's
video
what he
about
said.
D-Rock.
But it's all right. Because that's always going to be my bitch.
To this day is
So that's
Biggie's
what
bitch,
he
even
said.
in his grave, nigga.
He never mentioned anything or said anything about D-Rock because that's his man.
That's his man. Too bad it wasn't vice versa energy.
He was part of the Junior Mafia, but, you know, he wasn't no rapper or nothing like that.
Yeah, D-Rock ain't have no talent.
He just made sure everybody and everything was, you know, the way Big wanted to be. But what he didn't know, that D-Rock, Damion Butler had just wrecked and left with the real Damion. And that was Diddy.
Alright, y'all heard that? Just when they slid off, he supposed to be watching Biggie back, right? But who he with? And that's his mans. That ain't no paid. D-Rock wasn't no paid bodyguard. He wasn't no nigga that was getting paid for a bodyguard. That was Biggie Smalls' friend, childhood friend. But he with this snake, like he just said. Y'all heard motherfucking Gene Deal. He ain't worried about Puff Money. He trying to tell the truth because he see the shit sitting on his conscience. Y'all see this shit? Why is D-Rock hanging out with this nigga and that's the nigga that killed your man? And you know, because you was with him on that boat ride, setting shit up, fucking Sally Richardson.
This is where the caper comes into. Diddy had already convinced Big to do the business in California. We gotta go to California. 6 months after Pac died, we gotta go to California. It was no reason. Give it a year or two, give it some time. You know, the business still gonna be the same. It was no reason. But he got him there. Just like the devil told Jesus he had to go to Jerusalem to preach the gospel. They wasn't ready for that. Herrick was not letting them get down with that. So, you know, they wasn't ready for that. But now, D-Rock is in the hands of Damion himself. That's Diddy.
Just so niggas don't think I'm lying, excuse the bootleg video, but it is what it is. I was gonna get this to y'all. They slid off. For what? You supposed to be with Biggie Smalls. A little weird there. What he, Puff Daddy trying to convince Damion, D-Rock Butler about something?
For that whole day.
For the whole day. To this day.
was a setup.
Trying to
I
tell
gotta
you.
convince somebody in Junior Mafia who has the power to move big.
Who had the power to move big? His best friend, Damion D-Rock Butler. Exposed Part 2.
To have the power to convince big that we gotta go to that vibe party.
And where did Biggie die? At that vibe party.
I'm gonna break it down to y'all to how I know it may have been D-Rock who convinced Big to go to that party. Now, if Big did that himself, I put my hands up and I apologize.
If Big did that himself, I want to say right now, D-Rock, Damion Butler, I apologize as a man. I'm wrong. Gene Dealer's wrong. But that's only if that. But we know that ain't the case.
The way I talked to Big, and I was telling him, man, we shouldn't be going nowhere when we talking in that Winnebago, he made it clear to me that they wasn't going nowhere. How you supposed to have been in London?
But Puff Daddy lied and said Biggie didn't want to go to London. He wanted to go to the West Coast. That's what Puff Daddy said. But y'all believe Puff Daddy, right? Because he got money and he got good Ciroc.
That because his financial situation, he had to come out there and do that shit for Diddy. See, what y'all didn't know, at the time of Big's death, Big was broke.
How was Biggie broke when he was the #1 artist in the world?
I told y'all about the fact that he had to get his contract to $60,000. He was gonna start building on his mother's house. So to come out there and work on Diddy's album and do what he needed to do, because the video was shot and everything like that. After we did that Sunday night, we shot, to the left. But that's the business that he chose because he needed to borrow that money. Like I said,
Why the #1 music artist in the world have to borrow any fucking money?
there before from Puff. So now, we've had this conversation. I'm going to fast forward back over to the studio. When I said to Big, oh, now you want to talk big? You want to tell shit? Tell Puff how you wrote Lil' Kim shit. Puff started jumping up and down. You did what? You told him what? I said, yeah, he told me he wrote Lil' Kim shit. He said, say it. He jumped up in Big face. He like...
So he disrespecting Big because Big wrote that Lil' Kim shit. He wasn't jumping in Big face because he was happy. He was jumping in Big face because that's money he lost out. Because if he would have knew that Biggie wrote Lil' Kim shit, he would have been eating off of that because he owned all Biggie's royalties.
Let me hear you say it. Just say it once. Say it once.
And he's begging him to say it once because once you say it, that's a verbal contract.
Told you Big already told me he owned his marketing and his publishing.
For those who think I'm making shit up.
So I explained that in Raw Deal 1, 2, and 3.
Go watch Gene Deal 1, 2, and 3. I can't get back all of that to y'all in this video.
You know what that meant? He jumping around, talking, yeah, just say it. Big, just, one eye went that way, the other went the other way. And he was like, oh, man, look at... And that's the first time I ever heard him call him Diddy.
So for those who wondering how did they start calling him Diddy, Biggie said that first. Because Biggie was roasting his ass on the low.
Diddy. Go ahead with that, Diddy. Go ahead with that, Diddy. And it didn't catch to me what he meant by Diddy until Puff left off the room. And I remember, like I said, playing Donkey Kong. And the little monkey that comes out at the end is his little nephew, and he Diddy Kong. And that's when I said to Big O, so what is it? He Diddy, you Donkey? Yeah, look at you, man. Now I looked at D-Rock, I was like, yo, my man, for real? For real, Rock?
He wanted to punch D-Rock in his face, but he knew Biggie wouldn't like that, even though D-Rock was the one fucking over Biggie in the long run. Just goes to show how loyal and good of a friend Biggie was.
So now, all this has been staged and set. Puff got D-Rock in his grasp, using the girls that was with them to convince him, yo, y'all gotta come to this party. We're gonna make sure y'all have a good time.
So Puff said, hey, D-Rock, come with me for the day. Here's some money, come with me. I'm gonna leave my strong bodyguard with Biggie. You come with me. So when he gets alone with him, he's like, yo, who's the baddest chick you would love to fuck, D-Rock? You just a regular hood nigga. You ain't finna get all these extra bitches. You'll get some of the groupies Biggie got to hand you off. But you ain't getting these movie stars. But I'm the nigga that can get you a movie star. Who you want, D-Rock? You could be my homeboy. Who you want to fuck? What D-Rock say? Oh, well, that bitch that was in a Low Down Dirty Shame. Who, Jada Pinkett? Nah, not that one. Oh, Sally Richardson? Oh, let me call her for you right now.
See him because I've seen him operate. I've been around him for years. So I've seen this man operate. And I know
Talk about Puff.
when he got them to that party, that's all he needed.
Once he lured the target, Biggie Smalls, to the party, all he had to do was party away. Because he knew he was going to get all the money once Biggie died.
For whatever reason, and we know the reason why now. Because somebody got to die. Somebody got to die. And it couldn't just be no regular security guy. Because they could have killed either one of us at any time. It had to be somebody. And I really believe today, the way the business was transpiring and the way the shit went,
Yeah, they got the bullshit commercials, but I'm gonna give it to y'all. The Ghetto Way, I got the iced tea thing in the background, this thing sitting on top of my juice. You see Johnny Depp, Forrest Whitaker right there. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna get into that too. That movie y'all seeing right there, Who Shot Biggie, City of Lies, that's the most accurate. If you want to know who killed Biggie Smalls, don't listen to Detective Greg Kading on Murder Rap. He only pulled off the Tupac murder. Don't listen to that bullshit about Poochie Wardell false killing Biggie Smalls. That's bullshit. He had to cover up for his homeboys at the police station so they don't gotta give Biggie mother $400 million. Y'all could believe that dumb shit if y'all want. We know it was a man, Muhammad, Harry Billups.
and they used his own man to be his Judas.
There's D-Rock and Puffy again. He hanging out with Puffy a lot all of a sudden. You know what I mean? They fucking movie stars together. They looking good in the pictures together, no homo. I'm just saying, it looking a little fishy to me. Jazzy and my bitch. Whatever that is. But yeah, man. Looking a little fishy to me.
We at the vibe party.
D-Rock comes over to me. And this how I know it was a difference. See, you gotta watch people's behaviors. Lil C's was doing the same thing he always do. Laughing, joking, and smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Laughing, joking, smoking, drinking, going to get girls. Did the same thing he always did. But there was one person that didn't smoke, didn't drink, stood on the side and just watched Big.
Who was that person? I wonder if it was D-Rock. Because if it was D-Rock, Damion Butler, D-Rock, why he ain't drinking? Why he ain't smoking? He was just smoking the L with Gene and then snitched on him. Is he paranoid? Does he know what's about to happen?
And that was D-Rock. See, what a lot of y'all didn't know is that most of the time, when I was sitting behind Big, I was the one with the number 4.
Number 4, that's the nigga that's talking. Gene Dill, Stevie J in the background with the green, Biggie.
The black shirt with the number 4 with the glasses, a lot thinner. I had my gun out. Here, blocked by my hand under my shirt, or in my back like this. I wasn't playing that. D-Rock didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do anything. Why? I always wanted to ask him this question. I even tried to set up meetings with him when he came home after the incident that he had at Hot 97. We had the same barber.
So he busted his gun over a bitch. D-Rock busted his gun over a bitch. No disrespect to Little Kim. I'm just saying D-Rock was fucking her too because he a grimy nigga. But he bust his gun over a bitch. But he ain't bust his gun or ain't do shit. None of them niggas ain't do shit when Biggie died. When Tupac died, niggas retaliated. Motherfuckers was dying left and right. Biggie died, all types of shit. But when Biggie died, everybody just got rich and stayed quiet.
On 2 occasions, he set up to meet me and never showed up.
Guilty.
I can understand that he got businesses, but then I'm calling him like he owed me child support or something. Well, that might not be a good thing because all the mothers out there talking, nah, what do you mean I owe you child support? No, I'm calling this man.
Oh, we're exposing this motherfucker today on the ghetto video, nigga.
Like he owed me something.
Nigga think he gonna live comfortable and I ain't gonna call this nigga out. Ain't nobody gonna call him out. He just gonna live off Biggie money happily ever after.
So his number didn't even work no more.
D-Rock, you wanna see me, nigga? You can come see me, nigga. We can shoot the fair one, nigga. And ain't nobody gotta get jumped, nigga. You square up, I square up. All thing I'm doing is saying what this nigga said. So, you got a problem with me, you got a problem with Gene Dill, because he the one called your ass out. I'm just a nigga that was smart enough to take piece by piece and put it on the video to call your ass out, nigga.
So I guess he gave me a burnout number. I even went to the barber and told the barber. And then the barber must got tired of me asking him. He told me, yo, I don't know. I guess Rock ain't meeting up with you.
Rock don't want to meet up now because he rich and paid well. Puffy told him, don't talk to this nigga.
And then I caught a case out there in Jersey. So some of my people reached out to Puff and him. And they said they wasn't fucking with me. Didn't have a problem with that. Didn't have a problem, didn't have issue with that. You know, because what Puff didn't know that he was telling people I was trying to get at him, and people right up under the manager of Danity Kane, people who was doing book deals, and they had book companies with Karen Hunter and everything like that. They was offering me deals, and they just as much as friends, they are mine. And I've told you this before. I ain't turning down nothing but my motherfucking collar, because I know the way he does business, he not gonna let none of that shit bad come out about him. He gonna fight all that. I've seen him operate like that before. So for all you guys who said, yo, he never said nothing to D-Rock, I reached out with D-Rock too many times. He cannot get in front of nobody and say, I never tried to reach out to him. Because
So y'all need to get off D-Rock dick.
I wanted to know, did he change your mind, or did them girls change your? Who changed your mind?
Sally Richardson had that good ass pussy.
Who changed your mind to come to that vibe party? And that's real important. I'm not saying Big they wouldn't have got him some other time, or nothing else would have never happened. But I know they was not supposed to be there, and that night he knew they wasn't supposed to be there. and he had did something wrong. Because D-Rock usually smoking with Big. He usually drinking with Big. He ain't do none of that.
Yeah, because his bitch ass was guilty. D-Rock bitch ass was guilty, nigga.
I ain't just saying this right now.
He been saying this shit since 97, nigga. 96, 97, not 96, 97, 98, 99, on the movie. Come on, man.
I said it in the last video. D-Rock ain't drink nothing, didn't smoke nothing.
But all he do is drink and smoke. But at the party, he ain't want to drink or smoke.
D-Rock came over to me, and D-Rock said to me, he said, yo, Gene, I ain't never seen you look like this. What's up, bruh? I said, yo, Rock, these niggas is coming at us tonight. And Rock said, yeah, all right, man, I got you. He stayed to the right side of Big, like looking at Big the whole time, didn't take his eye off of him, and didn't move. Rock ain't drink nothing, Rock ain't smoke nothing. He kept his eye on Big the whole time. You understand?
I don't know why.
And I was behind.
What, to see him die?
Big. He knew. Damion, Diddy, had led him astray to bring his man into that vibe party. He knew that. And he knew he was wrong. He came over to me.
Oh, and all of those D-Rock dick riders, I'm not disabling these comments. So come on, nigga, bring the faggot shit, nigga. Let's go, nigga.
He said, Gene, I ain't never seen you like this before. I said, nigga, this shit could go down at any time.
Which it did.
I gave Paul one of my guns. He had one of my guns. At that given time, he was Big's Judas. He was the only one that was different. Didn't drink, didn't smoke.
Expose this nigga.
Kept his eye on his man. He knew that nigga Puff set him up.
When I went to Aspen Dental,
And he fucking knew Puff set him up. But that's his friend, though. Set aside $300,000 for you for when you got out of prison. But that's how you do your man. That's why I don't have friends. That's why I don't fuck with niggas. That's why I don't hang out with niggas. Cause they always want something.
He knew that nigga Puff had them girls. They stood out there. They stood all day gone. Big in the motherfucking Winnebago talking to this nigga here. Cause he had nobody else to confide in. Well, he felt that way. Or he knew. If they take me from this earth, somebody was gonna stand tall. Somebody was gonna tell the truth what happened.
I got your back, Biggie, just like this nigga do. R.I.P. Biggie Smalls.
Somebody was gonna let everybody know.
Check out that HarryBillups mixtape. Check out the D-Rock Exposed Part 1.
How the Notorious Big lost his life. When we stood down there and we did that U-turn, when we got back to that car, D-Rock, C's, Paul, all of them was coming back to the car.
And Paul had a gun on him, so why he ain't bust back at HarryBillups from the back seat?
D-Rock looked over in the car, grabbed his head, and said, oh, they got my man.
Well, now he cared.
He said he got my baby. I always wanted to know. Why was it so important? After you being a street guy, you know y'all don't have the security. Y'all don't have the gunpowder. You in enemy territory. Why was it so important for y'all to come to that party that night?
Think about that, y'all.
We haven't stopped that. It don't stop that. When we was waiting, and Puff was running back and forth outside, going to get girls, talk about Gene, remembering her, the same shit he was doing in the party. That's something that we never did, never happened before, ever, at any party. He was doing that shit upstairs. Now, you see a couple of pictures, Puff right there, sitting down. Most of the time.
Now, is he snitching on Puff, or is he getting some shit off his chest because he feels bad that somebody that he didn't want to die died?
Me and Big was over there by ourselves.
And he stayed leaving his own bodyguard with Biggie Smalls. Doesn't make sense.
Him, Stevie J, running around the party. And me and Big was right there. A couple of girls may come over. Like I said before, Keefy D, a couple of Crips came over. A couple of Bloods came over with Death Row Pennant.
Crips showing respect. Blood showing respect. Police was there.
Talk about they ain't care about all the bullshit. It's about the music and shit. Yeah, alright, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not caring about that. Because my whole thing about it is, yo, I'm getting home. I'm going back home. And I'm trying to make sure everybody around us go back home. So now, we're outside. And we just blowing time. For what?
Was he waiting for Harry Billups, Amir Muhammad, to set up his shot to bust that gun 6 times in the passenger door? That's why you waiting. You had to make sure the killer get himself ready.
For what? When the Muslim guy, Amir Muhammad, walked up to the car, I didn't know who it was at the time. I had no name on it or like that. But all you people, the LAPD has a picture, and I'm not talking about no lineup. I'm talking a picture, a photo of me, Puffy, and the Muslim guy in the photo.
So him, Puffy, and Harry Billups, aka Amir Muhammad, on a photo. That's strange.
So when people go and talk and ask, "Oh, you talking about a Muslim guy?" Don't get it mixed up. I never saw the Muslim guy shoot the gun. I never saw the Muslim guy pull the trigger. I seen him walk in the direction, and 5 minutes later, Big was killed in that same
Is that enough for y'all?
direction. And nobody had walked down the street
Nobody saw Wardell Poochie Faust at that party.
back and forth other than him and a guy in a blue and white shirt.
Not one person said they seen Poochie at the party. So how is he the killer? Just to shut up Greg Kading's bullshit to cover up for the LAPD. I shut that shit down quick.
So
Excuse my pots and pans banging.
they had that photo. Like I said before, but the face was blurred out. And they were supposed to come back and show it to me within 2 weeks or send me out there or whatever for a lineup. They never, ever did it.
Wonder why.
I don't know if it was a mistake or whatever, them showing me that photo, but they had that photo. So when people talk about, he talked about some Muslim guy, I seen the photo later when Nick Bloomfield showed it to me.
That was the Biggie Tupac movie.
But the photo that the LAPD showed me, they got a picture of me, Puffer's in the car, I'm on the side of the car, and the Muslim guy is right there. Now whoever took the picture, it had to come from the museum way.
Oh, that was the cops. And the FBI. Because the moment Biggie Smalls died, the FBI wasn't following Biggie Smalls anymore. But they followed him the whole time he was in LA.
It had to come from the museum way.
But they want to say it was a nigga named Poochie who killed Biggie.
Because it had the side of me with Puff and the Muslim guy.
Harry Billups. Poochie wasn't a Muslim, he was a blood.
Jerusalem, California. The Junior Mafia, the Disciples. Big Judas, D-Rock. Damion, the Devil, Diddy.
So the devil convinced Damion D-Rock Butler to leave Biggie's side for some pussy.
This all plays out in some more psychotic, maybe some kind of Christian form that I can explain to you guys. But it's like, yo, this shit is crazy. It's like this shit plays out just like that in my head sometimes. It plays out just like that in my head sometimes. And the fact that I'm explaining all this to this big's mother, and tears is rolling down in her face. As I look back on my life, I know we all got a purpose. We all have something that we have to do, somewhere we have to go, something that we have to say. And maybe it means something to somebody.
It means a lot to me because it helped me watch out for the people that surround me, because everybody ain't your friend.
This is my story. This is what I feel. This is what I'm going to say. This is my truth. I'm not asking it to be yours.
What I'm saying is, if D-Rock got a problem with me, he need to holler at that man first, because he the nigga that put him on blast, you know what I mean? So, I'm the nigga that's just, you know, putting y'all on. You know what I mean? I'm putting y'all niggas on. And everybody else just trying to give y'all, feed y'all bullshit. Talking about some Poochie killed Biggie. Come on, man. I'm going to give y'all the truth. I'm the nigga that's going to give y'all the truth. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't want to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. I'm just trying to get one more thing for y'all. Once I got one more thing for y'all, then I'm going to let y'all go. See if I can find this shit. I might can't find this shit, but either way, man. I got y'all. I let y'all know the deal. D-Rock got exposed. You know what I'm saying? Gene Deal exposed him. He exposed himself. I exposed him. You know? Just looking for something for y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. I just want y'all to hear one thing. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Hold on. Bear with me, please. If y'all wanna know the truth, bear with me. I think ain't no nigga gonna ever break it down the way I just broke shit down. Hold on, y'all. It's D-Rock talking. D-Rock. Hold on. That's the commentator. Hold on. Or the narrator. That was D-Rock. Hold on. I got more for y'all, though. Alright, here we go. This is it.
Back in New York, just before dawn, Mickey's mother was awakened by the phone.
I heard Damion crying. The grown man screaming.
Damion is D-Rock.
Was awakened by the phone.
I heard Damion crying. The grown man screaming, crying.
Putting on a show.
I knew something was wrong. I just knew it. Why would a grown man calling you crying?
Right.
So when he was crying, I was yelling, "Tell me what's wrong with my son. Tell me what was wrong with my son."
Mrs. Wallace took the first flight to Los Angeles in a state of disbelief. The reality of her son's death didn't sink in until she arrived at his empty hotel suite.
And I walked in still waiting to hear that voice. Nothing. Instead, I heard the quiet flush of air conditioning and the thud of raindrops on the